Good afternoon, everybody. I'm Wendy Chow. Just flew into Melbourne yesterday, and it's my pleasure to provide you with an update of Hong Kong. So this is a very typical landscape of Hong Kong with all the high rise. Okay. Now, I think Hong Kong we have been known as a financial center for many years, and we just have to admit the fact that starting from 2019 to 2023, those years has been very challenging for us. I mean, there have been some social movement in Hong Kong as well as the COVID, and we opened up our door relatively late compared with the other cities like Singapore or Sydney, 1 year behind the others. So for those few years, it has been very challenging. But I can share with you that we are back. And Hong Kong is well known for its resilience. We have great resilience and we will keep reinventing ourselves. So now we are not just a financial hub. We have two growth engines. One is finance. We are number 3 in terms of being the global financial center. And the other growth engine will be innovation and technology. And that's why I'm here to share with you our story. Now, if we look at, we let the others, the fact speak to you. Now, IMD Switzerland based. Once again, since 2019, now we are back. As I share with you, those few years very difficult for us, but now we are back. So once again, 2025, we are once again one of the top 3 in terms of being most competitive in the world. This is from Switzerland's IMD. And once again, I mean, we have been rated the fewest economy in the world by the Canada-based Fraser Institute. So all these are ranking provided by the Western world, okay, which I think you trust much more than the other side. Now, in terms of IPO, Hong Kong is a financial hub. We have been doing very well for IPO, and then this year, once again, I'm 99.999% sure that we will be number 1 in terms of fundraising for IPO. Up to the end of September, we have already raised 118 billion Hong Kong dollars, and I think that is really something relevant to those companies which want to do fundraising in Hong Kong. We have double growth engine, finance and technology. Now, what is so unique about Hong Kong is that when we say that Hong Kong is where the East meets the West, it is true because we have public holiday for Christmas. We have holiday for the Buddha festival. We have holiday for the Chinese New Year. We have holiday for the Western New Year. So we really is the East-West. I think it's even more important that with our double growth engine, it is also where technology meet with capital. So we are a financial hub. You can raise funding, okay? And then we also support INT, innovation technology companies to set up where technology meet with capital and they can grow together. Now, in terms of when we talk about technology, now there are 2 components as a success formula. Number 1 is talent. You must have talent like you who have got a vision, a passion for certain technology to improve the livelihood of human beings. Secondly, you must have funding. We all know that OpenAI is still burning cash, okay? You need a lot of funding to keep developing your solution. So now in terms of talent, we've got our education system, academics, we've got a very vibrant startup community. And in terms of capital, we've got the government investment in the Cyberport and Science Park, the technology campus. We've got the access to capital and fundraising. And then we've got government investment in different funding schemes. So talent plus technology, talent plus capital. Now go back to talent, okay? Now one of the sources of our talent come from local. Now our population is 7.5 million, but if you look at the QS ranking for the top 100 in the world, we have 5, and the top 1 is Hong Kong, ranked number 11. So I understand that in Australia you've got 9, okay? Australia, your population is 26 million. You've got 9, and our population is 7.5. We've got 5, and they're very, very high. So you can get the local talent, and also now another source of talent is that we attract entrepreneurs from all over the world. One of the characteristics of our startup ecosystem is that now the number keep going up, okay? Startup. And then what makes us different from the others is that 28% of the founder of the startup, they come from outside of Hong Kong. And then number one is, as you can expect, 40% of them come from mainland China. Australia is number 5. Number 2 is UK, US, France, and Australia. So we attract talent from all over the world, entrepreneurs, because here we've got talent, here we've got funding. So technology meeting with capital, and that is a success formula. So another source of talent would be that we are open to welcome talent from all over the world. We make it very easy. I mean, the business-friendly work visa. If you come from mainland, we've got a dedicated program. If you come from outside of mainland, you can apply for the GEP, and it is pretty straightforward. Now, usually this GEP is that you have to get a job offer. For example, your company will pay you to Hong Kong, then you apply for this. But if you haven't got any job offering, but you're interested to explore the Hong Kong market, either to find a job or to form your own company, you can apply for this top talent pass scheme. This is pretty easy. If your bachelor degree is from one of the top 100, and we use 4 different lists, QS has one, Times Higher Education has got another 2. Combine the 2 together, it is a list of 190. So if your bachelor degree is with one of those 190, all the information is on the website. You can just check whether your university is on that list. So if with 5 years experience, you apply for it within 2 months or so, you get the visa, and then you can land in Hong Kong either to find a job. We give you 1 year to find a job. I think it is 2 years, or you can set up your own company. So we make it really easy. So there are all kinds, and if you study in Hong Kong, after you graduate, you can also stay behind to find a job. We give you 1 year to find a job, which I mean is pretty, very friendly indeed. So talent from our own university, from welcome to anyone to get into Hong Kong by the work visa, and then also the startup ecosystem. Now come once again, talent plus capital. Now capital here, you see that we are number 1 for the IPO for 7 years since 2029, and I think we're going to hit the number 8. Will be the number 1 IPO destination for the 8th time, because this year I'm 99.999% we will be number 1. And then you see that what makes us very flexible is that in the past we always say that main board or gen board, that is for the startup, you have to make profit in order to get listed in Hong Kong. But we understand that technology changes very quickly. We have to change our requirement to meet with the business needs. So that's why a couple of years ago we introduced Chapter 18A. It is for the pre-profit revenues, biotech companies. We understand that the mode of operation is very different. It takes them long time, 4, 5, 6 years to go through clinical trial 1, 2, 3. They need capital to continue with the research. So their account book is always in the red. So we introduce this so that those profit biotech company can list on Hong Kong and get capital to continue. Now after introducing this, within a couple of years, we are now number 2 IPO destination for biotech company. Number 1 is New York. Now apart from biotech, we understand that for the AILLM company, for example, they keep burning cash, including OpenAI and all the others, DeepSeek and so on. So we introduced 18C. Now that would be for other tech companies apart from biotech to get listed in Hong Kong, even when they are losing money, burning cash, they can still get listed. I've got a couple of clients just got listed in the past month, and their share price performed very well. So one of them listed price is $26, and then now I think it is around just below 80. Okay, so it is more than double. So you can raise a lot of funding, and I have to stress the fact that IPO is not the destination in Hong Kong. Many companies actually, after getting listed, they raise more funds. For example, through the channel of issuing bonds, they raise even more funds. That is the statistic provided by our Hong Kong exchange. Okay, so listing is not a destination; it's just your starting point to continue raising funding in Hong Kong. So I always mention that you need capital. So either you get listed fundraising, or government also invest a lot of capital into these 2 flagship innovation and technology campus. One is called Science Park, the other is called Cyberport. Both of them 100% funded by the Hong Kong government. So if you apply to be an incubator, Now their structure is that they've got the talent, an ecosystem of having talent from as MNC, multinational companies like Microsoft is a talent, okay? So MNC, SME, and startup all in the same campus to encourage more and more collaboration among the three. So with all of them, both of them, they offer the incubation program. So if you get admitted, competition is fierce, okay? Maybe 1 out of 6, they just pick one. And then they offer you with the free rental. But more importantly is that they will put you in front of the potential customers, those, big conglomerates that they help you to open the door, whether it is Hong Kong airport or Hong Kong hospital or hospitality. But of course, they only pick those which are more promising than the others. They also have their own funding scheme, so they invest in their company, their talent, and then they take a little bit of your shares in return. And they have, both of them have sort of nurtured a lot of unicorns, both of them. Now, what then is the difference? Now, Cyberport focuses very much on software, AI, blockchain, Web3, digital entertainment, fintech, cybersecurity, esports. SaaSPark is more deep tech, hardware like biotech, robotics, microelectronics, new materials, and so on. Okay, so you can also work with the R&D center, 100% funded by the Hong Kong government, to do your research. Now, the government also invests to create this so-called Inno Hong Kong. Now, we identified 2 clusters, very sort of along with the global trend. One is medical technology, the biotech medical device. The other is AI and robotics. So both of them have 40 centers. How we operate is that a local university like Hong Kong U, InvestHK and so on, they will collaborate. They identified an overseas partners. Most of them are in the US, whether they Stanford, Harvard, and so on. A couple of them are in the mainland, like Beijing University, and then they will work together on a research project. We will be launching the 3rd one. Now the focus will be on advanced manufacturing, materials, energy, and sustainable development. Because the technology landscape keep evolving, so we have to catch up with it. Maybe I skip over this one. Yeah. Now a lot of you, you are the focusing on AI, so I spent some time with you on what about the AI initiatives in Hong Kong. Now, first of all, for AI, we understand that it keeps evolving, so the regulation lags behind. But it is something also important. So we have put together like a guideline for the AI ethics or framework for the implementation of generative AI. But we have to, we also will be establishing an interdepartmental working group to review our legislation. But it will be a little bit prudent because coming up with regulation to regulate AI, which is something that is we're not fully aware of how it will go. So usually the Hong Kong government approach will be, we see how the others are doing, okay? So after US, China, they come up with their own AI regulation, we refer to them and then adjust it to fit into our own ambit. So, but it is important to set the regulatory framework because hallucination, bias, all this we have to address. And then we also invest in the AI supercomputing center. Now it is housed within Cyberport. And then the computing power by the end of this year would go up to 3,000 petaflops. So all of you, if you are engaged in R&D in AI, you can set up a small entity in Hong Kong, apply for the AI subsidy scheme. So if the cost is 100, you just pay $30. The $17 would be covered by the Hong Kong government. So we make it easy for the AI scale up and start up, and we will also allocate $1 billion to set up the Hong Kong AI R&D Center next year or the year after. So now some of our AI initiative, I will focus on this one. The Hong Kong Monetary Authority and Cyberport, they collaborate together because in adopting AI, the research showed that financial industry is most aggressive in terms of deploying AI. But then for the financial institute, they are also very cautious because nothing can go wrong with the banking system. So what we do is that the Hong Kong Monetary Authority, together with the startup scale up in Cyberport, which are doing AI, serving the financial industry, they've got this sandbox. So it is within a closed environment. They can test the product to do POC and so on. Now with last year is the the first cohort. We just launched the October cohort and they received altogether over 60 proposals and they picked 27 of the use case altogether from 20 banks, and they will be doing a lot of the POC within a sandbox, very safe environment. So now I just call one example and maybe next slide, okay? Anyway, this is our chief executive in the policy just announced in September. So AI is a must. We welcome any technology, any companies to come in, and we also provide a lot of supportive, whether it is a funding scheme or Cyberport, Science Park, and so on. And the government will take the lead. We will be deploying AI solution within the government. At the end of next year, 100 AI tools. At the end of 2027, we hope to have embedded AI in 200 ME procedure, so that we can increase our productivity and also enhance our customer experience. Now, back to the AI deployment. As I shared before, finance is always in the forefront, okay, in adopting technology. And what about the focus? Now, the focus will be very much on the virtual assistant and also customer-facing solution like the chatbots. But we have the challenges like data privacy and then also the risk like deepfake and so on. But there are a lot of opportunities. It's a matter of how we can strike the balance between embracing technology while protecting the institution. So this is one of the examples. So we try to, as I shared with you earlier, so this is the second cohort of the Hong Kong Monetary Authority together with Cyberport. So what are the focus? The 27 use case from 20 banks. Now some of them are, as you can expect, the banks are willing to try the new AI applications in risk management, in anti-fraud measures, as well as customer experience. And next comes something more concrete is HSBC. HSBC is quite active in doing the POC with the AI applications. And what about the applications? Now the fee would be on website chart. They do the POC, and then the satisfaction rate is pretty high, 95%. They also try the AI solutions in the sandbox on fraud management, financial markets, as well as commercial banking chatbots. So give me an overview, some idea of what sort of AI solutions the banking industry are willing to try in Hong Kong. So once again, the capital from Hong Kong government is we invest something like 200 billion in the last couple of years. A lot of the money will go into Cyberport and Science Park, and then some of them will go into the infrastructure. For example, under Science Park, they also operate, they build and they operate data technology hub, microelectronics center, as well as advanced manufacturing center. The whole concept is that, for example, like microelectronics center, you know that for the microelectronics center, they have to invest a lot to build clean room, and it is very expensive. So instead of letting them invest, we built the microelectronics center equipped with the clean room. So as a tenant, you just move in, and then you can use the facilities. So it lower your sort of capital investment. So we also have different funding scheme, which I can share in the next slide. So we provide a lot of funding scheme for the tech company, whether you are in the research, R&D stage, or whether you're already marketing your product, or whether you are doing so well, you want to go outside to Singapore, to the Middle East, we have different schemes. I just highlight a couple of them, okay? When you're doing R&D, you can apply for the ESS, Enterprise Support Scheme. It is a grant program. Maximum, you invest 10 million. Hong Kong dollars, invest 10 million. It is a grant. So you don't have to pay it back, okay? But you have to meet with our requirement, and there's a vetting committee to go through the proposal, make sure that your technology is promising. And then another one that is very popular is the Research Center Hub. Every company has a quota of 4. So for example, you can set up a small team of 4 people in order to maximize, to tap on this resource. So if your staff is a PhD graduate, you can get subsidy up to 9,000 Australian dollars per month for 3 years. So if all the 4 of them are PhD graduate, that means you can get subsidy up to more than 1 million Australian dollars in 3 years. So that is a very good deal, especially if you get admitted into Cyberport or Science Park. the chance of your getting the application approved would be very high because they assume that Science Park Cyberport have already done the vetting. So now if you want to expand to Singapore, to the Middle East, you can apply for this BUD funding. That is, every company has got a ceiling, more than 1 million per company. And that is something that is for your overseas expansion. Now we've got some case study, maybe I just focus on this one. Because this one, young man actually come from, originally from Melbourne. And then he started this Air Wallets, which is a mobile payment. And then it has grown to a stage that as of last month, already $1 billion. And then just raised $300 Series F this May. Valuation is $6.2 billion. Now this company is also working closely with Cyberport to support Cyberport's talent as well as other SME for their mobile payment. So I think now it has already grown to 1,800 staff across the region. So you can see that now that is one of the success case that you can always start and operate in Hong Kong. Now of course it has set up in other parts of the world and has been doing great. Now, this is more like long-term strategy of Hong Kong because we say that finance and technology will be the second growth engine. And then in terms of technology, we need a lot of land. So we have this northern metropolis, and which is the northern part of Hong Kong. I can show you this, maybe the last one, okay? Now Hong Kong, no. Now this river, Shenzhen River, you see that north of it, high rise, this is already Shenzhen. South of it, this is Hong Kong. You see a lot of the farmland. And this is Hong Kong Shenzhen Innovation and Technology Park. Now, in the long term, we would like to develop this northern part of Hong Kong so that we want to form an ecosystem where the talent pool in Shenzhen and where the competitive advantage of Hong Kong can work together, and we will try to facilitate the flow of people to make things very easy that people living over here can come to work in this park every day. So this is a very long-term project. We're talking about when it is completed, 67 buildings. And as of this year, few buildings are completed. So this is a very aggressive plan to develop the northern part of Hong Kong, so there will be more land to accommodate the business need of innovation and technology companies. I mean, that is the end of my presentation, and I would love to get connected with each of you during the networking session. I also look forward to learning from the other speakers. Thank you so much.